Yo, 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 what is up, my people? I'm LG, if you don't already know. Decided to go live today for the first time ever on my own. Well, not really on my own, but, you know. Got a little help in the house, which we'll get to in just a second. You can follow me at DJLG210 on all social medias. What's up, Greg? I like the, is that actually you in your avatar this time? In your profile pic? Yeah. I liked it better when you had me as your picture. Anyway, all my socials at DJLG210. If you don't know me, this is me, all right? Where this is LG's house. I think I'm going to go with that name right now. I'm not sure. Sounds good. Y'all give me some suggestions if I should do something different. And joining me is my good friend, Gary Schneider. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes, you did.
All right.
Snyder.
Schneider or
Yes.
Snyder?
Snyder.
It's not Schneider like SCH.
Yeah, there's Schneider, but yeah, I'm the Snyder.
It's like SNY.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like Kisme here because Alan Snyder in the chat right here.
I don't know.
Is that your cousin?
I don't know that guy.
Oh,
He's
okay.
actually a stalker.
Oh, all right.
He's been stalking.
He says, "What's up, guys?"
He always finds a way to find me, but you know, it's all good though. He's one of those cool stalkers, so I let him slide. So, but what's up, Alan?
What's up, Alan?
Nah, he's
Thanks
my
for
brother.
jumping in here.
He's my brother, so what's up?
Casa de LG. Well, that's basically what LG's house is. That's just the Spanish version of it. But
Well, the question is, I think on everyone's mind is like, what does LG stand for? I think liquid guts. That's what I'm thinking.
stands for living good.
Living good. All right.
Or life's good, right? Isn't that what the TV company does? The washer and dryer?
Or liquor goons. That could be another one.
Lick my gooch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? That has my vote. That's a pretty good one. You know me.
Hold on real quick. I got to get some coffee.
Is that coffee? Okay, I'm going to do wine. So.
That's actually Indonesian coffee right there. My Indonesian girlfriend, when I was in Japan just recently, she brought me some beans from the island of Sumatra.
That's not the luwak, right?
No, it's not the luwak coffee, which is the poo-poo coffee from Indonesia.
Poo-poo coffee. Okay,
Yeah.
Explain what the poo-poo coffee is.
Well, you can look it up. It's Luwak. It's called luwak coffee. And it's basically, I want to say, a luwak is an animal. It's similar to a mongoose. And they're native to the island of Bali. And basically, they feed the luwak cat the coffee beans. And then they poop it out. And then they harvest the beans after that. And it ends up in your cup. And it's the most expensive coffee in the world, or it used to be. It's now the second most expensive coffee in the world.
Yeah, and the most
Overrated, because you've actually tried this coffee before. Yes.
I have, and honestly, when I tried it, it was, I don't know, it just tasted kind of watered down, and I felt like the whole process of it
I felt sorry. All right, so
Okay.
we were in Bali together one time, and we went to a luwak coffee plantation tasting tour thing.
Yes.
And it's a tourist trap, honestly. But
It is, yeah.
yeah. But you mentioned you had a good time and it was fun. But yeah, it did taste kind of like poop.
Well, it was
Not really, but it didn't have that nuttiness that you think it would have.
Yeah.
It tasted like regular coffee, and it cost an arm and a leg.
Well,
so what's the point of that?
Well, it's like when you eat corn kernels, I guess, or corn, and like that corn's in your poop. It literally tasted like that. Like it just was not good. I don't know. I just did not dig it.
Yeah, I don't eat corn for that specific reason that we don't digest. I don't like seeing it on the way out.
I do, but
Yeah.
I am part German. Snyder.
Oh, is that where that comes from?
That's where that comes from.
Oh, I
There's a
got
poop
you.
fetish, hardcore.
Really? Why is it the Scheiße and the Germans? What's up with that?
Okay, first of all, A, I'm joking because I am trying to get a date for the future. But B, it is from far, as far as I know, it is linked to German, that fetish of poop. It comes together in this fucking weird, disgusting thing. I don't know why German cultures are connected to that, but I'm sure I know why German culture is connected to that because they're just a bunch of freaks. And I know I'm a freak. But now I'm not a freak like that.
Good God.
Keep that shit away from me. I'm just trying to,
Yeah.
I'm a normal dude. Well,
The Germans.
well, I say I'm normal, but I'm very proud to show you
What
my,
do you-
my credentials.
What you were about to do?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's my colon. So
Whoa.
I got a colonoscopy just not even a couple days ago.
Hold on. I think you might need to like cover that up.
No,
That might be like X-rated.
Is it? No, I'm just
I don't.
cancer free, baby. I'm just saying. Do you have your credentials?
Do you?
Do you have
just
your
pull out
credentials
a
up in
picture
life?
of your colon?
Dude, bro, cancer free, baby. We're doing it around over here, man.
No, you don't have. You do not have a necklace. Look, with 3 wallet-sized shots of your colon
Clean.
around your neck right now. No, you don't.
Bro, clean. Clean. Cancer free, baby. Bitch, I'm from Texas.
Congratulations.
Bitch, I'm from Texas. Yeah, so, we're keeping it around. We're keeping it rolling. We're keeping it real over here. Trill over here.
That's fucked up.
Where's your credentials at? Okay.
I'm
Gonna
crying.
be blurred? Is this going to be blurred out? I don't care. Cancer free.
I know, because
Let
it's a
it
health.
drip.
It's a medical thing, so we can show that.
It is medical. I have a picture of the polyp that got removed, and it was cancer free. I got the news today. So
I didn't realize you had some
man.
issues down there.
yeah, a little bit of issues. Every guy over 40 should get it checked out. So I highly recommend. And I don't even see you where you at. There you are. So I highly recommend to get your colonoscopy checked out because you got to get it done.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Duh.
Man, so you just rocked that.
I'm proud.
It's
man.
like, did they give you that? Like, or did you think of this on your own to wear that?
I hate to say it, but I thought about this on my own.
Is this? Okay, I was gonna say, is this something people do? Like, you
No.
wear it as like a badge of honor? Like you got your Vax card and then you got your colon necklace.
Dude, like I'm starting a new trend right here on LG episode 1. We're bringing the things, we're bringing the facts, bringing the realism here. If you look how clean this is, it sounds gay, but no, like I swear, like
Oh man, that's ridiculous.
yeah, I know. I'm.
So yeah, you want to know something?
What's up?
You're the second friend that I have that I've seen a picture of their colon. It's
See,
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
When you're at LG's house, you're comfortable. We can
Oh,
talk
man.
about these live things. these
You're
live
my
situations.
second former roommate whose colon I have now seen. My old roommate in San Marcos, Texas, Matt Ripito, R.I.P. Monk.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Monk. He got a colonoscopy one day, and he had like big printouts. Like not the wallet size. He had the 8x10s.
Damn. See, I
And-
want to get that. I'm gonna blow my shit up, put it on the wall, but
Yeah, literally.
blow it up, yeah.
He put them on the coffee table at our duplex we were sharing in San Marcos when I was going to Texas State at the time, and he just like had a spread, no pun intended, but had a spread of all the pictures on the coffee table, and he just left them there, like.
Yeah.
And I came home and just sat down like after a long day of being a student. And I look, and I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at right now? There's giant 8x10s of 4 different views of my roommate's colon on the coffee table.
Like if you went caving in my asshole,
Spelunking.
splunking, that's what they
Yes.
call it. And splunking sounds like something that deals with an asshole. It's splunking. You would find
Awful word.
it's one of the worst words applied to a activity I think ever is splunking. Because A is something I'll never do because that's probably one of my ultimate fears is suffocation, being in the dark, being lost. I mean, like you'll never catch me like cave diving, or like scuba diving.
No,
whatever.
no, that's a
Can't-
fear.
yeah.
That's a phobia.
Yeah, and I feel like my doctors already did that on my ass. So I think we're good around here.
Stick your cock up her ass.
Yes. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Anyway, how did we dive into? I still can't believe you're wearing that around your neck.
I'm proud, man. I think this was something like.
And you just,
Bitch, I'm from Texas.
I'm so glad you didn't show me that before we went on live right here, right now. Like that's the highlight of the show right there.
Gotta
Can you put it away though? Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It is distracting.
Yeah, I don't want to have to stare at
It'll come back later.
your insides the entire show there. Yeah.
I'm just very impressed that there's not like a 5-year-old 10-year-old fecal matter on the side. It's just so clean and ready for action. And that's the last we're going to talk about my colon. So thank you. All right. Moving on from this segue.
How do you even move on from that?
You don't.
I don't have anything after that.
You just accept it.
All right, that's been a great first episode of LG's House.
Yeah, we just been canceled. Canceled. First episode done.
Just pulled out a colon picture. Anyway.
Okay, so what's new out there?
Trying to catch my breath after that. Hold on. What's up, Adrian? Thanks for joining into the chat.
What's up, guys?
If you guys want to leave a tip, I have a buymeacoffee.com/DJLG210 is set up so you can donate right there. And with your donations, we will buy better coffee. Maybe we'll get some poop coffee. Because this is weak. Yeah. I made this coffee. It's from Indonesia, but it's not the poop coffee.
Well, yeah.
Have to use less water next time. Louis Cedillo's up in here. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, brother?
Yeah, we got a little peanut gallery building over here. Anyway, what'd you do this weekend? You know, Final Four was in town. Did you hit up the festivities? Did you go see Stephen A. Smith yelling at people? And
is that what he was doing?
all the sports celebs were in town this weekend.
Well, I heard about Charles Barkley and what he said. Of course, the joke about the fat chicks.
Oh, he said we have a lot of big bitches, right?
Biatch.
Woo!
We do,
man. I mean, it's the truth, man.
He was torta chasing. No, he wasn't chasing himself, but
yeah,
he was mentioning the tortas that we have in town and not the delicious sandwiches.
I saw him years back in the day. This is when me and Mike, aka Chino, were going to certain clubs, and I saw Charles Barkley at a club, and I don't know what club it was. I want to say Joe's Volcano, but it wasn't Joe's Volcano.
Meet me at the volcano.
Here we go. We're dancing. But I saw him, and again, this was maybe 20 years ago. It was such a long time. But
Joe's Volcano just sold their entire. I guess they had a collection of vinyl for their DJs over the years, and they just sold their entire collection of vinyl to Southtown Vinyl.
Okay, first of all, Joe's Volcano and vinyl DJing is something that I felt like will never ever be together.
It happened in the 90s, but
okay.
I almost auditioned at Joe's Volcano, but I forget what happened. It fell through. But anyway, so can you imagine how crusty and nasty those vinyl records are?
When did CD DJing come to play?
I would say the early 2000s.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Damn, they were doing vinyl this whole fucking time, or at least
nah, they were not. No, because when I was going to audition there, they had CDJs. But
okay.
Anyway, I don't know why we got off on that. Oh, you mentioned Barkley at Joe's Volcano.
Well, yeah, because he said some shit.
He's just doing his bit. Yeah. I mean, it's like, hey, buddy, it's like dance, monkey dance, and he's like, oh, fat people. When I'm in San Antonio, I got to make fun of the fat women.
Well, he wants to see Shaq laugh his ass off because Shaq definitely loves that little skit that he does.
Well, if he didn't mention the fat women, it would be a disappointment.
Fat.
But speaking of, I think since the last time I talked to you, which is I guess a few months ago, Val Kilmer. So speaking of celebrities.
Oh, it's been yeah. This is the third show I've talked about Val Kilmer on, but yeah, Val Kilmer died. The Iceman in Top Gun. Iceman is no longer.
What's your favorite Val Kilmer movie?
Man, I've got a few.
I know one sticks out because he was prolific.
Well, Tombstone, I would say, sticks out. Yeah. The Doors, obviously.
Yeah.
Top Secret.
Yeah, Top Secret.
Top Secret's pretty good.
Yeah, Top Secret.
I mean, he's got a few movies.
Heat. He was in Heat,
yep.
Man.
Yep.
I actually saw that just a few days ago. I was it came across, and I was I got to check it out. But my all-time favorite, slapstick comedy is Top Secret.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
I love Top Secret. It's great. It's fantastic.
It's
And it's still good today.
It's the best. It's the best one in my opinion. My humble.
I believe that was his first movie, like pretty much ever. And he had no idea what he was doing when he flew over to like England to go film that. He didn't know what it was about. He had no clue it was a slapstick. But yeah, it's pretty good. Have you ever seen a Val, the documentary on Amazon Prime?
No, I have not.
Okay, so Val Kilmer produced his own documentary about himself, and it's all footage that he shot throughout his career, going way back to Top Secret days. He's got footage from the set of The Doors, footage from every movie he's pretty much been in. He would carry around a little handy cam and film everything behind the scenes. So you get to see a lot of like his history and how he got the roles and auditions and other actors that are young. It's pretty good.
That's pretty
I recommend
crazy.
it.
That's pretty crazy that he did that. That he followed him his whole life around with the camera.
You should see. He has a whole like, I don't know if it's a space he rented or his basement, but it looks like an archive library. Looks like the evidence room at like the police station. It's just shelves and shelves of boxes, and it's all videotapes and film rolls from his home movies that he shot while he was on set or just traveling around the world. And
that's so cool.
It's pretty amazing. And his son actually narrates it because Val can't talk because he's got that thing. So his son narrates it, and his son sounds like Val because he narrates it in the voice of Val Kilmer, like as if he was Val Kilmer. And it's pretty good.
My favorite scene in Top Secret. Obviously, there's so many, but this scene that I'm about to describe is coming from an 8-year-old boy, and it's that scene on the beach with the chick with the big titties. And like someone's running by and she comes out of the sand and like the sand is dug, so her titties are in that, and it's just something that's unexpected, but B, as an 8-year-old boy, it's like the best thing in the movie the whole time because now you get to see big old jugs jiggling. That to me, in Top Secret, the tig old bitties, man. I think that's where it probably came from. Like, even as a kid, I was like, damn, there's some tig old bitties. You know what I mean? It just came out of every little boy that saw that shit, and I was like, okay, I'm a man, that's it. And that was funny. That was one of my favorite scenes in Top Secret.
They just don't do slapsticks like they used to.
They don't.
It's a sad thing.
Well, you showed me that 2025 remake of Naked Gun, and I don't know.
Oh yeah, speaking of slapstick, they are making a new Naked Gun, and the trailer was just released. And yeah, I just showed it to you before we started the show here. And it's Liam Neeson who's playing Frank Drebin Jr., who is the son of Leslie Nielsen. Liam Neeson.
Something.
Did they do that on purpose? Leslie Nielsen, Liam Neeson.
Yeah, maybe.
Names just sound real familiar, but anyway, the trailer's pretty good. It's OJ makes a cameo in the trailer, actually.
Yeah,
kind of. Yeah, from beyond the grave.
I shook his hand.
Did you really?
Yeah. Okay, this is after the murders because I believe the dude did it. FYI.
Well,
So, anyways, I'm working on the Riverwalk.
I'm just saying.
Duh. And this is back in maybe 97 or something like that. I don't know, 98. Anyways, I'm working on the Riverwalk. I'm cleaning the tables, getting everything set up for business, and then I see somebody walking down the Riverwalk, and he's with a couple of people. There's a little bit of a small entourage with him, I guess. And as he gets closer, I realized, holy shit, that's OJ. And I was like, dude, I gotta say what's up, So I said, come across. I was like, what's up, OJ? He was like, hey, dude, and he fucking shook my hand, and I was like, dude, I just touched a killer's hand.
You just touched a legend's hand. You just touched Nordberg's hand,
dude. Yeah.
Think of the good that the guy did. I mean.
Well, I think it gets overshadowed by the fact that he killed 2 people. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, I want to love him.
We can look past, separate the art from the person.
Yeah, that's okay. That's a hot take because I think a lot of people can't do that. You know what I mean? Depending on the crime.
Do you listen to Michael Jackson?
Shut
Chris
up.
Brown's about to go on tour.
Well, I don't listen to Chris Brown, so
well,
whatever.
I mean,
but see, Michael Jackson, I don't know if I used to believe that
He
that
never
dude did some shit.
Allegedly, never got convicted.
That's what I'm saying.
He kicked the bucket before anyone could put the charges on him.
It's allegedly. So to me, like I'm still, I don't buy it. You know what I mean? Like I still believe that he's just a freak, but not like that. Like he's not anything dealing with children. You're off my list. Like you're done. In my life. So I really was very like scrutinizing of Michael Jackson because.
But OJ doesn't get a pass because it's double homicide.
That motherfucker killed, man. That motherfucker killed those two, man. Come on, man. We saw the evidence, and I like how he's like, if I did it, he wrote that book, whatever. Like, if I did, like,
And they gave all the money, the proceeds to her family. He didn't get a dime from the book he wrote. He thought he was going to cash it.
He thought he was. He thought he was, but he didn't, man. But
I mean, he got let go though. I mean, he was found. He got acquitted.
He did, but I mean, when you got Johnny on your side, man, he can get you acquitted of anything, man.
If it don't fit, you must acquit.
Yep, exactly. And you know what? It sucks because I really wanted to watch, Hasselhoff's live concert in Germany. I was ready to go, and then all of a sudden that dropped, and it distracted me. To OJ. I'm like the only one, but I got to support my German people.
All right.
So I'm just saying, but
Hasselhoff's live concert, huh?
No, you know the story behind that. This is why I'm joking about it. But there's a story where he was supposed to, or he was dropping a live pay-per-view event of his live show, and it totally tanked in the United States. And his excuse was, it happened right when the whole OJ chase was going on. So his excuse was like, oh, it was because of the OJ chase. I'm like, bro, I'm sorry, man.
Everything except Baywatch has tanked for him in the United States. I think the Germans are the only one who really like the dude.
Well, that's the delusion of it that I find. The comedy in that delusion is that he says that. No, the fact is no one listens to your shit. Even if the OJ shit didn't happen that day, no one would have listened to your shit. It just still would have tanked. You know what I mean? So I always find that kind of funny that he leans on the OJ situation. Like, nah, man. Yeah. Bro, no, you suck. No one listens to your dumb rock and roll, bro, except for Germans. And that's my people.
Well, OJ is not in the new Naked Gun movie. It's a sequel. It's not a remake. It's not a prequel. It's a sequel to the other three. Were there three of them? Three Naked Gun? I think there were three of them. Yeah. So that it should be pretty good. I'm in. Okay. I'm going to say I'm in.
Well, I got to check it out before I judge it.
Pamela Anderson's in it as well. She wasn't in the trailer, but she's in it as well.
As far as the trailer, I will definitely check it out. But to me, like touching something as sacred to me as Naked Gun is just those are big shoes to fill. Because to
it
me,
really is.
That's my number 2 slapstick comedy of all time. And me and my bro Alan watched all these slapsticks with all the horror movies as well, like combined. It'll be like horror movie, slapstick right after that. So it's like Top Secret, like Naked Gun, Airplane, those things.
Have you ever seen Angie Tribeca?
No.
It's a TV series. I believe it's on Hulu right now, but it was created by Steve Carell and Rashida Jones, Quincy Jones's daughter.
Oh, nice.
And it's a slapstick cop show. And it's modern because, I mean, it was just, I don't know, it was, made in the last 10 years or so.
Well, it was kind of like a Police Squad, right?
Yeah. It's kind of like a modern take on Police Squad. And it's decent. I think it went like 3 or 4 seasons. Wow. But Rashida Jones is great in it.
Okay. Yeah, I've never seen it. Is it on Netflix?
It's on Hulu, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on Hulu. Yeah, but if you like slapstick, I recommend checking it out, at least, the first season. After that, the jokes get kind of old.
Yeah, well, hopefully there'll be. We'll see what this slapstick does.
I don't even know when that comes out, but they just dropped the trailer. I think it was like August it comes out.
So how about you? What's going? What's new with you, man? Anything coming down? You doing any?
I'm doing a lot of podcasts these days. I've got many different podcasts that I'm producing or have my hands on right now.
Yeah.
One of them is the Sports Cave with my buddy Sam Freese, the biggest, aka the biggest Puma. You can follow that channel at Sports Cave Live on YouTube and Twitch. We're also streaming on Twitch, by the way, right now. I haven't checked in on these people on Twitch yet. Got one viewer. All right, what's up, my Twitches? Don't know who he is, but yeah. I'm still trying to work out the Twitch angle of things here. Right now I'm just simulcasting the podcast, but twitching's all about gaming, I guess. Or just sitting there with your friends and making a shit ton of money in your mansion. But
so
anyway.
If people don't know, me and Lawrence, we go back. I want to say I met him when I was maybe 19, 20 years old. And were you still in high school? Because you were DJing, I remember. And I remember meeting your older brother, Mike. And first, obviously, and he was like, my brother DJ. So I wasn't sure if you still were like.
I was either, if I was DJing, I was either in 8th grade or high school. Yeah.
Fuck it. That's cool. That's so cool. See, I wasn't that cool. Like, because I don't know, to be a DJ and fucking doing that has to be fucking cool. I mean, any cool experiences in high school because of you being a DJ? And like, did that get you laid? Did it get you in cool parties or nothing?
None of the above.
Damn.
Man.
Come on, bro.
Oh, no, it got me into cool parties, but I was working, I got to DJ at these cool parties for free while I was in high school. You never got paid for anything. So, and the clubs wouldn't hire you because you're a high school kid. You're too young. So it's like you're kind of in this limbo of playing house parties or raves in the woods, just stuff that just to get your name out there. But back then it was a different scene too because it was all vinyl. Going back to vinyl again.
But, I mean, that's the way it needs to be, though, because everybody is a CDJ. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Well, now it's different because it's acceptable now. There's controllers and all sorts of things. But, the real DJs still keep it real. It doesn't matter the equipment. The skills translate across them all these days.
Well, that's a very good diplomatic response and quote to that, for sure.
I myself, when I was DJing, I used to always spin vinyl, but I made the transition reluctantly. Yeah. But I did make the transition, and it made life a lot easier as far as going to spinning digital stuff and collecting music. It's a whole different world out there. You don't have to go to a record store and look for music anymore. You can sit at home and subscribe to some music subscription service, and boom, you've got everything.
Well, it's kind of crazy because back in the day, it was physical crate digging.
Well, you owned your music. Yeah, it was physical. You could hold music in your hand. Now, kids don't even know what, these Gen Zers, they don't even know what it is to like be able to hold an album in your hand. They might even not know what an album is. It's like, because singles are all the rage right now.
The concept to me of an album, like there was something that is there when you used to get an album or a CD. And you open it up, and there's a story. Normally, you open it like you get to see the lyrics if they had the lyrics. But there was
the artwork,
because
some funny notes in there from the musicians.
Absolutely, man. Like that to me was like gold. And I just missed the records back in the '80s when I was a kid. But I caught I caught tapes, which still kind of did that. And then of course I went to CDs, but I remember going to the record shops and there was records there to buy. And that was the funnest thing was the artwork on the record, the tape / CD. And now that's kind of gone. And honestly, if I was a musician, I would definitely harp back and try to do something.
There are certain ones that refuse, like still to this day, to go on streaming. Tracy Chapman is one of them. She refuses to allow her music on streaming because she understands how much money the musicians are missing from selling physical media. And so she's one of the holdouts. There's a few other ones, big names, that have held out for this long. But honestly, like the new musicians, they're just trying to get the exposure out there. It's like me DJing at raves for free in the woods and friends' house parties and weddings and crap that I don't enjoy. You have to do it. So.
Which is crazy because some of the craziest raves that I've been at has been in the woods. Like
raves in the woods were, kids don't know.
There's nothing like tripping your balls off playing with the snail crawling on a fucking tree.
Oh, that would have grossed me out. I would have, if I would have seen, even if a sight of a snail, I would have been like, oh, there's snails all over me. And like, I would have gone running or something.
You think that grosses you out?
No, don't do that again.
You got your credentials? No. You got these credentials?
You got your CC, bro? Your colon creds?
Get pulled over by the colon police?
Your col cred?
The colon cops?
Your colon fell on the floor there.
It happens.
You might need to pick up your colon and
I got it, bro.
Put it back in its sheath.
Don't judge me.
Yeah. Yes, Adrian. I forgot about Knight Rider. Knight Rider was fire. It was better than Baywatch, yes, but Baywatch had the women.
Knight Rider, wow, is one of the best. I mean, that's what he's known for. I mean, to me, again, as a kid, to have a car fully equipped like that was like the best thing to do.
Was that Kit?
It was kit, and it's kind of funny because it spawned this whole thing of like now you had a helicopter that was all crazy with Airwolf, and then now there was a motorcycle that was equipped, and I forgot what that was, but like they tried to it kind of spun all these little funny ass like things that were fully equipped. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we got to a blender, that can solve crime, with the boss because it just got so like ridiculous. But like Kit and Knight Rider is what started all that stuff, and it's fucking Hasselhoff, man.
Was that was before Baywatch? Yeah, because Kit was 80s, right?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
Knight Rider was 80s, and then Baywatch was 90s.
Absolutely, man. So no, yeah, Adrian, thumbs up, brother.
You know, there's a Baywatch channel on Amazon Prime. Like they have these channels now where they just play shit, and they have a 24/7. You can just watch Baywatch.
Shoot me in the head, man.
They have a few other ones. They have like a no reservations channel.
That's cool.
You know, you can watch all that travel stuff. And speaking of travel, do you know who Chef Jason Dady is, or Daddy? I'm not calling him Daddy. So Dady. There's one D. Dady.
Dady.
Dady. Jason Dady.
No, I do not.
So he owns a bunch of restaurants in San Antonio. He's like considered a local celebrity chef. He owns Trattoria downtown and a few other ones. I think he owns the Range, and I'm leaving a few out. But there's a handful of properties that Jason Dady runs. I believe he created the menu at the cafe at the San Antonio Botanical Gardens as well.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, enough of promoting his businesses for free on here. But here's another thing: he's put together a travel adventure. You can now travel with Chef Jason Dady to Mexico City for the very, very low sum of $6,800. For $7,000, you can go with a local San Antonio celebrity chef to Mexico City
Wow.
for 5 days and 4 nights, where he's going to take you around and obviously get you some food, drink some tequila. Would you pay $7,000 to go to Mexico City with a celebrity chef from San Antonio?
So first of all, pay $7,000 to go with the dude to get drunk in another country.
That you've never met before.
Never met before.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm not sure what the accommodations are, but everything's included in this: the
Yeah.
flight and the accommodations.
well, I think I know what's included because once he sees how open my colon is, he's gonna fucking. I think he's gonna see what's included in these things, and I'm like, hell nah, bro. Like, nah, I don't.
you're not
I-
interested.
I don't think I would do that, honestly, man. I'd rather go with my friends and spend that $7,000 on my friends.
$7,000's a lot, and Mexico City. I think you could have 5 days and 4 nights and a lot more fun in Mexico City with $7,000 than being with some celebrity chef.
I want to do it. Nah, that's
Give me the $7,000 and I'll take you to Mexico City and show Mexico shitty and show you a shitty time. Yeah,
No, Mexico City is awesome. Have you been there? Because I've been there a few times.
I've never been there, but it's come up on my radar.
No, you got to go.
Yeah,
Like you got to go. I've been to Mexico City twice. The whole like Parmesan wheel, where they put the pasta and they cook it in the Parmesan wheel.
Mhm.
I did that. That was my first time doing that in Mexico City. So if you pick the right,
that's not a very Mexican thing to do.
it's not.
Yeah.
But fuck it, I had it there. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to check it out. But I'm
I
just
went to
saying,
Mexico City.
Check
Yeah,
it out.
yeah,
yeah, duh, hey, put linguine on my balls.
yeah. I had a fajita in my spaghetti.
Yeah, twist my nipples. Look at me. Call me bitch.
No, sorry.
Okay, so I'm just saying, like, if you go to certain spots in Mexico City, man, it's good. It's safe. You feel safe. That's the first thing, because people think like cartels everywhere and stuff like that. Yes, it is there, but we're not going there looking for cocaine. We're not going there, trying to be like that. We're going there just trying to sip on wine and beer and have street food, and then also have these type of like really cool like fine dining experiences. You
Yeah.
can get that in Mexico City. I highly recommend highly recommend Mexico City. And then after that, I highly recommend Oaxaca. Oaxaca. Hakanugi?
Oaxaca's been on my radar actually.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that place? What's good?
So first of all, people ask me like, what are your Mount Rushmores of cities that you visited where the food was like excellent, where you just didn't have like one bad thing? Oaxaca, number one.
Numero uno. Okay.
Yeah, number one. Like they're known for two things, of course, like the mole, and they're known for the mezcal.
Okay.
So, but
I'm not a huge fan of mole, but that it may change my mind if I have Oaxacan mole.
I think it will. It doesn't mean that in San Antonio you probably can find something like pretty authentic here, because San Antonio has some really good stuff. But I'm just thinking like, if you don't like the mole, I guess, or whatever. But like, there's mezcal and there's art. There's so much street art that's there. It's mind blowing. So they're known for those like three things.
Okay.
So-
How are the Oaxacanas?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no trouble, no nothing. I mean, they're very.
I said the canas, not the canos, by the way.
What does that mean? I don't.
The women.
Oh, the women. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
suck.
Yeah,
yeah. Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I say,
Are they?
Fat!
no.
Oh, okay, cool, cool.
I feel like they're. I don't know. I feel
Beautiful. Bonita.
yeah. I feel
Yeah.
like. The thing about that is that I didn't explore that aspect of it because I wasn't there to like look around and date. I feel like-
Okay.
but
You're,
I feel
you're
like-
traveling with the woman.
Well, I'm traveling
Yeah.
with just a bunch of friends.
Okay.
And I
Yeah,
felt,
I see.
but I feel like, I don't know, the women that I saw there were just like, there's normal women, like average.
Nothing like bomb. Nothing like.
But I
you know.
wasn't looking for it. Maybe I should have been because I'm a single dude. So yeah, why not?
It makes a difference.
Every country. I go to, I do
You
look
kind of
for-
just tune it out when you're not
Yeah,
interested.
But for
Yeah.
some reason, I just at that time I just wasn't interested. I was interested in the food, the art, and like the
Is
mezcal.
that where they crawl to the church? Is that Oaxaca? Where they crawl on their hands and knees to the church for like some celebration at some point?
Are you thinking about the Breaking Bad episode?
Yes.
'Cause everyone
That's
goes to
exactly
that.
what I'm thinking about. But they really do that. They really do that somewhere.
They do. There is a tradition that they do that, but I'm not educated enough to even like talk about. I don't know. Like maybe it is Waka, maybe it's some.
Well, I could always
smaller
ask
town.
Bing.
Ask.
Hey, Bing, where do they crawl on their knees?
They're all your mom's house.
Good one.
That's a mom's joke right there. Simple. Duh. She pleasing. This is a good little Texas whiskey that you have right here.
Yeah, we won't name them, but yes, it's decent. Their peanut butter kind of sucks. All right, Bing sucks. Why is this set to Bing?
Bing.
Yeah, why is it not set to Google? Oh, I'm in Chrome. Chrome is set to Bing on my computer. That's hilarious.
I don't know what you're talking
Like
about.
Chrome is not set to Chrome, it's set to Bing.
See, I was born.
Not set to Google, I mean.
I was born in 1977, so I guess I'm a. What am I?
You're a Gen Xer. You're a Gen X.
What are you?
I'm a Zennial.
Okay, so I don't understand any of this lingo.
All right. Well, yeah, a lot of people don't know what Zennials are, and we'll ask Bing.
What's a zen?
What is a Zennial? But
Yeah,
I
what-
believe it's a micro generation between Gen X and Millennials.
It sounds like an STD. I'm not gonna lie.
It doesn't sound great. Okay, according to Wikipedia.com, hey, this is a perfect opportunity
It sounds like
for a screen share. Anyway. Yeah, exactly what I said, almost word for word. Is it Zennials or Xenials? I don't speak Asian Chinese languages. Zennials are the micro generation of people on the cusp of Generation X and the millennial demographics. 77 to 83. So when were you born? 77?
Yep.
So you could technically be in this generation with me.
be a zennial.
Yeah.
Sorry, doctor. I have zennials all over my inner thighs.
So described as having had an analog childhood and a digital young adulthood.
Makes sense to me.
Yep. The children of baby boomers and came of age during a rapidly changing period that was the 90s.
It was life changing because I didn't get really involved with internet until like way later, but it was around in my 20s.
Yeah.
But I was such a ignorant barbarian that I didn't get again involved in it until like I was like 26. Like I refused the internet. I was like, no, I don't want to be a part of this. This is weird to me. I was literally like at that time a flat earther. Like I was just scared about it. I don't know why. It was just straight up ignorance. And then my friend was like, no, dude, you can access a whole bunch of porn. But obviously besides that, information and things of that nature. So
What the fuck is the internet?
you know what's up? You get everything. It's at my fingertips.
You remember when it took like 10 minutes to download a picture of like it would load like line by line. And you're like, oh wait, there's a nipple. It's loading. It's loading.
Dude, I've crashed so many hard drives because of it.
You got,
One nipple crashed a whole
you
hard
had all
drive.
you had all the viruses on your computer back in
Dude,
the day.
I was like, yeah.
You had like 15 different like bookmark bars at the top of your browser.
It's just, it's fucking nuts on how infected I was from my ignorance. I know that.
I was bad too.
Yeah, I was bad, bro.
Do you remember AOL, like chat rooms?
Oh,
like
bro.
it was the Wild West.
I stayed out of that, man, but it was the Wild West. My friend was like, no, check out AOL. And literally it was just like old dudes trying to fuck him. And I was like, dude, why you're not selling me on this shit? Like, I ain't trying to.
Do you remember what ASL meant? It was slang for art.
Anal
No, you would put it in a AOL chat. You would put ASL ? To the person you're talking with in the chat. Do you remember what that meant?
No, not at all.
It meant age, sex, and location.
Wow.
Yeah. And this was in the days where people were telling you never ever meet a stranger from the internet. And now what do? We have dating apps where you meet strangers from the internet.
Well, the thing about it too is like this is like before like Chris Hansen. So like all those pervs that got caught, if you think about it, if you really do think about it, it's because they actually met a 15-year-old that was down to fuck them. That's why.
Or they met Chris Hansen. Yeah.
Well,
A fake 15-year-old.
But how many times did not meet a fake 15? It actually was a 15-year-old.
Oh yeah. How many times did they not get caught? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because they met actually like these children that actually were down the fucking older guy. That to me always blows my mind as well. Like people kind of forget about that. Like there is another side of that that's fucked up.
Yeah, it was pretty fucked up.
And these perps.
It was the Wild
these
West
pedos.
back then. There was no moderation. There was no censoring. There was no anything back then. Everyone was just trying to prey on these chat rooms.
These pedos got away with so much fucking shit.
Yeah, I'm sure they still do. Yeah.
And they still do, yeah. But hey, I avoided all that shit. I was kind of like, in a way, ignorant to all that shit. But it was because of, I guess, my Generation X shit. I don't know. I just didn't want to be involved in it. But it's something that you have to accept. It's just the future. And here we are. You know what I mean?
We are here. What's up, those of you that just joined in on the chat? We got a little bit of a peanut gallery in here. I'm DJ LG or LG, no longer a DJ, but I kept the handle to make it simple for everybody.
Hey.
You can follow me at DJ LG210. Gary has all his social media set to private, so you can't follow him. But
Stay away.
I told him if he keeps doing this show with me, he's gonna have to open that up because people want in. They want to see more than just your colon.
I think they've seen enough.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah. Resist the urge.
You will see it. Again, one day. I'm going to be the poster boy of it. Clean colons.
So speaking of the generational gap we have between us and Gen Z, are you familiar with some of the new slang that Gen Zers are using?
No.
No?
Hell no.
Not at all?
I've heard of cap.
Well, yeah, no cap.
Yeah, no
Or cap. Yeah, cap or no cap. What does that mean?
That means liar. Like
Yeah,
a liar.
you're lying. Lie. Cap
Yeah.
is lie. So
Yeah.
I just lost your camera there. So You know what I'm going to do? I am going to put it on full screen here and go fix that. So this is what we do when we have only one producer here. And I'm going to ask Gary to carry it. And you guys can look at my empty chair for a second while I fix this camera. This is live, yo. Live.
So now I can do my open poetry. Perfect. So I'm going to tell a story about Lawrence. It's a very personal story.
Careful.
Since now we're in this exclusive time between me and the audience, y'all want to know things about the host. And what I'm going to say is that one time when you punched that old lady, remember that? She was at HEB with the groceries trying to get across the street. She was having a hard time. I wanted to help her. You said, nah, fuck that. Fuck old people.
I did fight a hooker once. Never fought an old lady.
You're like, I don't like old people. And I was like, why? I was like, well, when I was younger. All right, you got
And just like that.
ready to go.
That's what we call skills right here.
I was about to drop that juicy story, man.
Yo, it's because I didn't realize like we would be going this long, and
Wait, how long are we going?
it's a long time. We've been going for 45 minutes.
Shit.
Not bad. But where were we? We were talking about Gen Z words, right? And how you have no vocabulary for Gen Z.
I don't. So what do you know about?
I've been trying to, keep up here and there. I check, because they use it a lot in the reels. When you're like swiping, you'll see a lot of the Gen Z stuff in the reels.
Oh.
When you're mindlessly scrolling on your phone on the socials. So let me throw a few words at you and see if you can understand what they mean.
All right.
So what if I said you are the oh man, you're a CEO? What does that mean?
You're a boss.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that what it means?
I mean, yeah, that's simple, right?
Yeah.
It kind of means that. Well, let's say you're like, I'm the best rapper in the world. I would say, oh, you're a CEO. That means you're like a master of your craft.
Of what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a corrupt capitalist pig. But yes.
Either way, you're a master of something. Here's another one. I'm just going to throw just a handful at you here because there's a whole bunch. Stan, like Stan Lee, but Stan, just Stan.
Stan.
They're not. And I'll give you a hint. It's not the thermos, the Stanley thermos.
Stanley's thermos. Okay.
Which is another big deal, apparently.
So if somebody came to me and said, you're a Stan, am I going to jail or no?
There's a famous rap song that describes what this is.
Okay.
By Eminem.
Well, I think you just said it. Stan.
Yes. Stan by Eminem talks about this. Stalker, yes. So Stan is a stalker and fan. And put the words together. Stan.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah, no, I think it does. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay.
We already did Cap. That one's old, Cap.
What's the origin of Cap?
I'm not sure about that
I understand Cap.
one.
People put caps on. Maybe are you trying to hide your baldness and that's a lie? I don't know. Like, where does that come from?
No clue at all. Let's try this one. Delulu. This one should be pretty easy to figure out.
Delusional.
Yes, exactly. Delusional. They're just shortening stuff. Like, I feel like they're getting a lot of things from like Japanese language where they take the first two letters of the first word and the first two letters of the second word and put those together and create a new word. Kind of, or they're just cutting things up. Like, we got to abbreviate everything. All right. Spilling the tea.
Spilling the information.
That's correct. Yeah.
Talking too much.
It's spill the beans.
Yeah, spill
the tea.
We grew up on spill the beans.
It's spill the beans. Yes, they just switched it to tea. All
Man,
right.
these motherfuckers lazy as fuck.
Let me get you sipping the tea.
Oh, swallowing cum. Easy.
Okay, I guess you could use it for that.
Have you seen my credentials?
We've seen them, but the Gen Z is not sipping the tea. Does not mean what you just said. It means you're just listening to the gossip. You're listening to the secrets. You're not spilling it because you're sipping it. You're just taking it all in.
Okay.
You're sipping the tea.
Yeah.
So they're spilling the tea when you're the dude who can't keep a secret. Sipping the tea is you're the guy just listening. You're fly on the wall. You're like, oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or swallowing the cum. Yeah. Kind of makes sense to me. Duh.
You would have just offended the entire generation of Z's out there.
I don't think so.
Zeds. I'm going to start using the rest of the world pronunciation of the letter.
Zeds.
Generation Z.
Well, Zed is dead, my friend. Zed is dead.
Bring out the gimp.
Yeah, let's go. We'll fucking.
All right. These are all easy.
I feel like I'm nailing these.
Yeah, I'm trying to find something that's a little harder to get.
I've been around the block, man.
Sus.
Sus?
That one's easy too.
Oh, super easy.
Yeah, that looks sus.
I had a friend of mine too. He's like literally like 38, said sus. And I was like, dude, don't say sus. Like, you don't sound cool when you say it's sus and you have gray in your hair.
Do you know what it means?
Yeah, suspect. Like,
Okay.
that's like, yeah. Like, it's going to, like, in the future, it's going to go down to S. Oh, that's S. Like, it's going to go from suspect to sus to, it's going to just keep reducing. You know, like, it just, I don't know. See, I'm an old man ranting at this.
I'll give you one more, and then we'll move on.
Good.
8. Not like the number 8, but like the past tense of eat. A-T-E. 8.
A-I-G-H-T.
E-I-G-H-T is 8, the number. But this is not the number. This is the past tense of eat. A-T-E.
A-T-E?
Yeah.
Oh, 8. Okay, cool.
Like I just ate soup.
I'm spelling it all fucking stupid. Man.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you could tell that I failed in spelling, right? Like, back in the day, that I spelled
You'll never be able to
A-I.
beat the Indian kid that wins the spelling bee every year. But
People ask me, like, why you don't speak Spanish? Well, this is the example I just fucking gave. I still, like, fuck up on
yeah,
English.
yeah.
So 8.
So 8.
Oh, it has to be like I just ate you up, like I just defeated you type situation. Like I beat you.
That, I mean, you could use it in
Right.
that. That's sort of, but you don't necessarily have to beat someone for this. It just means you did really well at something.
Oh, you ate it up, like you ate that dress. You
Yes,
ate that
exactly. That's exactly like Beyonce really ate that performance when she sang that song. Blah blah blah. You know.
See, I
like,
can date someone in their 20s.
where do you cut it off?
Duh.
18, because that's the legal.
Did we even go there?
No, we probably shouldn't. We're gonna alienate
Yeah. No,
our 7 listeners that are
yeah.
on here right now.
Well, if they're all guys, then they're cool. They understand. Duh. We fucking.
All right, I'm done. I'm not going on any more of these. But yeah, those. We'll do some more of these if we do. If I feel like doing any more episodes. This may be the only episode I ever do. Who knows? What you got going on for the weekend? It's Wednesday. I know it's a little early, but you working all weekend?
Well, nothing this weekend. I'm going to be working, but I know Fiesta's coming up.
It's about 2 weeks from tomorrow, I want to say, Fiesta. But we do have some pre-Fiesta that starts this weekend. I believe the Poteet Strawberry Festival starts tomorrow, I want to say. And I don't know if that's an official Fiesta event, and hopefully it never is.
Yeah.
Because I don't like that event. Have you ever been to the Poteet Strawberry Festival?
Okay, so yes, I have.
Uh-oh.
And pretty much one and done, because I have a very traumatic experience with the Poteet Strawberry Festival. And my brother Alan, I don't know if he's listening, knows about this story, but as a family, we go there because I'm sitting there. Strawberries at that time in my life were my favorite, fruit. So it's like, cool, the Strawberry Festival. Let's fucking, it seems like this is going to be heaven. So we go there, we're having fun, a fucking strawberry shortcake, strawberry on crepes, strawberry on funnel cake. I mean, it's just like strawberries. And my brother, loves like carnival rides, right?
Uh-oh.
And I don't, because I have really, really bad like motion sickness. And to this day, Like I can go to a library and have the funnest time with somebody, but take me to an amusement park.
So you don't do roller coasters or stuff like that?
I mean, barely, because it just depends on a roller coaster ride. If there's like loops, I can't get on it because I'll get sick. Like I can't be like, you know, in the back seat of a car almost. So like,
Well, I've got something for you. We'll talk about off the air.
Yeah.
About that. That can help with that.
yeah. So setting this up to the fact that I don't, you know, at that time, I feel like it's gotten better, but at that time I had really bad motion sickness. So we're walking around the festival grounds. I have a belly full of strawberries and like whipped cream and shortcakes and all this stuff. And my brother saw this ride, and he was like, dude, let's get on this ride. And I'm like, fuck no, because it was like spinning. You know what I mean? Like, like this spinning. And I was like, I'm not going to get on this ride, you know, because it looks like it's going to get me sick. You know, naturally, I can't get on. He's like, no. Like in the middle, like it spins around you.
Oh.
And I was like, what's this ride called? And he was like, it's called the Gravitron.
Yeah, I was about to say, I've ridden that ride maybe 3 times in my life.
It's called, yeah.
Yeah.
It's called the Well, you're
The
3 times
Pukatron, I call it.
Well, you're 3 times better than me.
Oh, man.
So anyways, I was like, okay, and I trusted him. And this is where I lost trust in Alan. But we get up on these, like, you know, we strap in. It kind of looks like a weird, like old school 1950s, like firefighter stretcher where it's all like just wood.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
And they don't make you strap in. It's like optional. You don't have to strap in because there's people that like try to stand up and like touch the ceiling, all sorts of crap.
Dude, all it's just bullshit.
And then the operator is in the middle
laughing,
not moving because he's on the axis there, and it's just spinning around him, and he's playing like Metallica, and he's DJing basically, trying to make kids throw up.
One of the thing about it is that I remember this dude's face. We had eye contact the whole time, and it's funny because that's the way I watch my porn, eye contact porn. So it takes me back to. You know,
you like the POV then? So so the girl's looking right into the lens.
Exactly. Well, that's this dude. He's looking straight at me the whole fucking time. Didn't break eye contact. So, anyways, I strap in because I'm thinking I'm like gonna fly off, but my brother's it's all good. Yeah. So now it starts to go. It starts to spin. As soon as it starts to spin, I'm like, oh shit! I knew I was in trouble. I'll look back at my brother, and I remember saying something like, dude, what the hell? He's like, ha, ha, ha. You know, like, get ready. Like something like that. Like, you know, older brother to like younger brother, like he got me, you know. And it starts to spin. And I remember like, I'm just feeling like the fucking strawberries and cream. It's all like mixing in my guts and everything is fucked up. And the whole time, eye contact with this fucking perv operator in the middle, you know, just looking at me. I don't know why he's looking at me. I think because he could spot the weak kid. Because there's kids around me. Like
you're probably turning blue or something.
Dude,
so,
yeah. I was like the first Mexican Smurf. Like everything was like I was like turning it. But there's kids next to me, like all climbing on the walls, all being like little monkeys running around. I'm like, and I'm pissed off. Like fuck y'all. Like what the fuck? And I remember like, you know, like. I was doing everything in my power not to vomit and cover everything like The Stuff, you know, which is that horror movie from the 1980s where people eat this like fucking white stuff and it like they vomit it out because it's an entity that takes over them.
What movie is that?
It's a badass fucking horror movie in the 1980s. You got to check out.
What is it called?
The Stuff.
Oh, it's called The Stuff.
Check it out. It's called The Stuff.
I thought you were just talking about, it's like The Stuff. Like, The Stuff. I didn't know you were referencing a movie.
That stuff.
I'm writing it down right now because I want to see
stuff was about to come out of me all over everywhere, but I was trying to contain it because I didn't want to be that person. I ended up like, well, after, you know, I'm sure it was like 3 minutes of spinning around full fulcrum, like it's like nuts.
Yeah.
And I felt like, you know, Val Kilmer, like in fucking Top Secret, like just going. Or not
I don't do spinny rides, man, like anymore. I used to when I was younger, but why do I want to get dizzy? You know, like what's the point of that?
That's why I don't do them. I mean,
especially if you're drinking. Come on.
I'm a motion sickness guy. But anyways, I was able to get out of that ride and make my way out, but I was so dizzy and spun out. And the whole time my brother's just laughing at me. You know, he's just straight up laughing at me. And I remember just vomiting, like all these strawberries were coming out of my nose, out of my mouth.
Just red, like blood.
Dude,
God. Ugh.
It was just straight disgusting. And the whole time my brother's just laughing at me as an older brother should. He's just like digging on me, laughing at me. But I'm like laid out. And we had to go home early. Like I actually was in the medical tent because I was like laid out. Like I was laid out on the floor all crazy. In the hot sun, people were looking at me like the cops got called. Because they're like, what the hell? Because I was so dizzy, you know, so spun out. But yeah, every time I hear the word petite, I get a
little nauseous, yeah.
No, I get like
dizzy.
I get like a fucking PT reaction, I guess, whatever. Like a dude from Vietnam.
Yeah, PTSD.
Yeah,
I went out there. I want to say it was like 2016, maybe 15, to the Strawberry Festival in Poteet, and it's not strawberry season. It's like the start of the season, I believe. So they literally had no strawberries that were fresh. I thought I was going to go out there and just be like swimming in fresh strawberries. But all they had were like plants, like little tiny plants with like a little tiny like starter strawberry on it. And then they had like the strawberry Bud Light Ritas, the strawberry Ritas. Yeah. They had those. And they had a bunch of desserts and, you know, strawberry shortcakes and a bunch of stuff like that. But it's like no fresh strawberries. And then the music entertainment. I believe it's a bunch of Tejano bands, of course, that are going this weekend. But when I went in 2015, 16, it was a bunch of Christian rock bands. And it was very strange situation because I had no idea what was going on. And I had never been to a Christian rock concert before. And everyone just held their hands in the air like this. Wow. The entire time they were listening to the band. Wow. And I just looked around me. I was like, whoa, this is different. This is definitely different.
Well, was it good or like, I mean,
no, I did not have a good time. It was not a good time.
The funny thing about it is like
it's $20 to get in and no strawberries.
And you had to indulge into Christian rock.
Yeah, there was like a cult there.
That's like apparently. A triple, like, a triple effect of shittiness.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, not no offense if you've had a great time at the Poteet Strawberry Festival, but I thought there would be more strawberries. Honestly, that was the big letdown.
Well, I would rather staple my nuts to your thighs than go to the Poteet because I'm so traumatized by it. So no.
I'd probably opt to go to the Poteet Strawberry Festival than have that happen to me. But
well, I'll rather have you dump in my mouth.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had such a traumatic experience on the Gravitron. I think the last time I rode it was probably 2015 at the Worst Fest in New Braunfels.
Fucking Worst Fest.
And I would never ride it again. I don't even know why I decided to ride it that day. That was a big mistake. I didn't throw up though, thank God. Kenny's up in the chat. He says, "Stand By Me." There was a puke scene in Stand By Me, the movie?
Was there?
I don't remember it.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Blasphemy. I should know that movie.
But Stand By Me is one of the best. Yeah, it's one of the best.
There might be.
Stephen King, man.
Is that a Stephen King?
Yeah, he wrote that.
Oh, really?
And Stephen King to me is like our Edgar Allan Poe. But
are you serious?
He's more like complex than that because obviously he writes like, you know, stuff like Stand By Me and Edgar Allan Poe was obviously more dark as far as I know, you know, of the literature that he wrote. You know,
Stephen King wrote The Green Mile, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
There's some movies you don't know about that he wrote.
Stephen King is so prolific. He's actually like my favorite writer of all time.
Wow.
Just because of the fact that he's so prolific and he's not just a horror guy. Like he's done so much stuff. My dad has like the biggest Stephen King book collection. Like I got into horror movies pretty much because of my dad, because I used to look and see his shelves were full of Stephen King stuff. Now, hate to sound like a dumbass, I'm not a reader. I don't read shit.
Well, I remember when he was in his heyday in the 90s, like Misery and all these other things came out.
He was top notch, man. Like he was top notch. So like I always felt like he's like Art Edgar Allan Poe, but with like plus like more
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Kenny says the pie eating contest in
Oh
Stand By
yeah,
Me.
man, that's the best
Yeah.
thing, man. There's been times where I've watched on YouTube. I love watching like YouTube like movie clips,
Oh yeah.
and that's because of my like ADHD types of brain, so I gotta watch super short clips. But a lot of times I'll put on things randomly. That is something that I definitely have put on is that pie eating contest, which is one of the most ultimate revenge scenes of all time.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's a fictional writing situation. But like, it's
I need to dive back in. I believe they just put it on HBO Max. I think I saw it on my feed the other day. My feed is crazy. Like it's all like 80s movies all of a sudden. I think I was searching for something and the algorithm was like, "Oh, let's just switch everything to 80s for you." But I need to refresh my memory on Stand By Me. Before we get out of here, going back to what's going on this weekend, there's 2 comedians in town this weekend on Saturday that are competing against each other.
okay.
At different locations, but the same time slot.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, what is that?
And I believe these 2 comedians are very polarizing. If you had to choose between which show to go to on Saturday, would you rather go to Kevin Hart at the Frost Bank Center
Okay.
or Pauly Shore at the Woodlawn Comedy Theater?
Fucking Woodlawn. So obviously, Paulie still has a drug addiction, right? To
I have no idea.
if he's going to Woodlawn, because that's where you get them drugs at off of Woodlawn area. But first of all, I have to respect Paulie for going to that theater. And
I've never been to the Woodlawn. It says Woodlawn Comedy, so I'm not sure. I don't know if that's the Woodlawn Theater or if it's something different.
okay, so first of all, okay, in the chat, any guys, what's y'all's answer? What would y'all do?
Would you rather Kevin Hart or Pauly Shore for your Saturday night entertainment?
I'm gonna choose Paulie.
I'm going to tell you what. I might have to agree with you on that because Kevin Hart, I don't find him funny.
Yeah,
He's not funny to me. Like
feel ya.
he was when he first hit the scene.
first.
But now it's like it's too much. He's almost forcing it. And the whole NBA All-Star game where they had him out there with Shaq and he was trying to make jokes every which way and it was just real cringy. It wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. So I'm going to agree with you. I'd go see Pauly.
I got to see Paulie. I grew up with Paulie, in the 80s. And, okay, his little surfer dude routine.
Buddy.
I remember it was kind of cool, but then it got kind of like annoying because it kept carrying on into the 90s and it just was an 80s thing.
So he was like an MTV VJ for a while and then he somehow got into movies. Was that it? He was a stand-up comedian that got a VJ job with MTV and somehow landed a movie career.
Well, his mom owned, I think it was the Laugh Factory in Hollywood.
Really?
Yeah, so his mom was the owner of that. So he was able to have a little bit of a kind of edge into that. So he developed this surfer dude routine, which was cool, but it was definitely a California type character, and it transcended into like
The Comedy Store. Yeah,
Yeah.
she co-founded the Comedy Store in 1972. Mitzi Shore.
Yeah. So I don't know, like his comedy was okay, but I don't know. I would like to check it out now. I think it'd be kind of. I mean, Encino Man, right? And he was in a couple of all these other B movie type stuff.
Yeah.
But I kinda
Biodome.
like I kind of like. I don't know. I watched all that shit in movie theaters. Now I was on dates trying to get hand jobs the whole time, but whatever. Like it doesn't. I mean, I'm a 15-year-old kid at the time, but like,
Watch out now.
duh. But like, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like Bobcat Goldthwait, right? He had that really annoying voice and stuff like that. Like I liked some of his stuff, but kind of annoyed the fuck out of me. But I don't know. Like I think like Pauly, like
I think
I'll check out Pauly.
I'd check out Pauly.
Yeah, then Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go to a mega show at the Frost Bank Center either because Woodlawn sounds like it's going to be more of an intimate, like actual comedy show
Yep.
instead of an arena tour.
I agree.
And Kenny's up in the chat. He says he'd go see Crawl. He doesn't care for Kevin either.
Who's Crawl?
Crawl, I believe, is Pauly Shore's character in the movie Son-in-Law. His name was Crawl.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the best comedy show that you've seen?
Stand-up comedy?
Yeah.
Shit, I haven't been to many.
Me too. I got to say, I haven't been to really many.
Dave Chappelle.
Oh, you saw Dave?
Yeah, I've seen Dave twice now. But yeah, Dave Chappelle.
When did you see Dave?
The last one, I want to say 2016 at the Lila Cockerel Theater, here in town.
Damn. Okay.
Somehow I managed to get free tickets because I was working for iHeart at the time, iHeartRadio.
Until you got fired for sexual harassment?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well,
I was
well, stop touching me, and then these things won't happen. But I forgive you.
All the hosts reported me for that, so.
Well, we good now.
It happened.
Yeah, we squashed. Thank you.
Well, awesome. So, yeah, I'm probably not going to go to any of these events this weekend. You know, I'm going to use the weekend to catch up, to relax, do some chores. I'm boring. I'm old. I'm boring.
Isn't it beautiful, though? Isn't it so beautiful, like just being, because I'm 47 to the audience. I'm an old dude, and I love just staying home, drinking wine, hanging out.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I think I got wine like lips right now.
We both do.
That was some good Merlot. I was telling you, I haven't had Merlot in a long time. This is not it. This is coffee, but I haven't had Merlot in a while. Anyways, this has been LG's house. Decided to get in the podcasting game myself because why not? Everybody's doing it, right?
Might as well do it.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me, man. I really do appreciate it.
No, man, we got to do this again. I'm going to try to do this show again if, you know, the reaction is good. If you people in the chat or you people watching from the future after this show's over, let me know what you think. Should we continue doing these? What should I do with my platform here and my production abilities? Yeah, that's about all I got. Follow me at DJLG210 on any platform. Kenny says Chappelle is his favorite. Chappelle is pretty damn good. He's a pro at it, although he's been real controversial lately, but still a pro. Anyway, yeah, follow me at DJLG210 on all my socials. And follow the Sports Cave at Sports Cave Live because we'll have another show on Monday with me and Biggest Puma and the Captain. And yeah.
Well, yeah, thank you. Hey, thank you for having me. I really do appreciate it. And I got to ask the audience, you got to have your credentials if you want to be up on here. Get it going.
I guess that should be a thing.
What's up,
is that what you show to, like, when you go on your first date from your Grindr meetup?
You know how many times this has got me rejected? It's cool. I'll take
Well,
it.
I figured, you know, they'd be like, he's clean.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Cancer free. Fuck cancer.
All right, we're out of here. We'll be back soon. Let me know if you want me to do this on a regular basis or if I suck. You've been listening to LG's House. We out. Peace.